Oh jeez, it's been a year. Jesus, yeah, about a year since I did a speed paint. Wow, I'm super rusty. I kind of wanted to do something different, just in terms of coloring style, just to justify like it's been a year that I've done a speed paint in so long, and why not do mascot of the channel? You'll see how it turned out. I kind of not liked it. I mean, I tried something different just because, like, I don't know, I feel like I need to break out of the things that I've been doing for a while. I wasn't truly satisfied just with how I was coloring things, so I wanted to try something new, something different, and yeah, no, I'll just do what I've always done, and I'm prepping more speed paints as they go. So I'm gonna post this video a little bit earlier than I should have. On a normal schedule. I don't even have one. But I mean, I'm kind of recording this like in the middle of the night. First of all, because like tomorrow, or I guess today or later in the day, we're gonna be out of town for a little bit. So might as well get it done now. Post it while everybody's asleep, and hope that people see this later in the day. So just a heads up. Probably from now on, like, it's not gonna be pretty, so if you wanna just check on out, if you don't wanna like hear anything depressing or whatever, or you're just not in the mood for it, just either mute the video and put your shit, put your like your music, or just don't listen to the thing while you watch, or if you don't wanna like just sit through it, then feel free to go ahead and leave. Because it's gonna get real over here. Because I'm gonna start ranting for a good 8 minutes or so. So I guess for starters, I'm thinking of doing a new series here over in the channel. I mean, it's still gonna be a speed paint, but I'm mostly gonna be like doing voiceovers instead of just playing background music while the speed paint goes on. Because I think I want to give myself a space to just kind of process things, because I guess for starters I should give context. So I want to say in the past month or so, I've just been kind of thinking and just kind of going through a little bit of the things that have been happening in the past to me, and like just the last month it was just like horrible with anxiety. I mean, so far I'm like anxiety free as of right now for like 2-3 weeks, which is great. It's a great feeling, y'all. But yeah, I've just kind of been thinking about just in general, just like how I've been bullied, because like now that I don't have any bullies, and for good reason, like I'm nice and people have grown up apparently. High school didn't have any bullies, and in college everybody's pretty nice. Like they've been considerate, and the very few friends that I've made in college, they've been really supportive and really lovely, so shout out to y'all for being there for me. But yeah, like mostly like now that I'm about to turn 20, like in a week. Woo, my birthday's in a week. But I don't know, I've just been kind of just like thinking about just my middle school days and I don't want to say early childhood, but it's just like mostly like from when I was 9 up to like me leaving high school. Yeah, me leaving middle school, so I want to say from like 9 to 14. Yeah, around 14. I guess like that's kind of like the dark period in my life, because I mean, for starters, I recently moved to the United States when I was 9. So, you know, just having to relearn everything, you know, like a culture and the language, and just like adjusting to people. And to be fair, my parents didn't know about the elementary that I was going to, so they just kind of like threw me in a school and just hope for the best, which went well, to say the least. But just because I was different, most of my classmates kind of just, I don't know, some of them were nice enough to be friends with me and, you know, not tease me or bully, but most of the class was just like, oh, she's different, we don't like her, we don't know her, so might as well just bother her. And for the most part, it was mostly the boys. Yeah, like the boys were the ones like were doing the bullying the most back then, just because like I was into things that normally girls wouldn't be into. So for like example, like a couple of my classmates, they would be like super into like TV, soap operas and telenovelas, and you know, like girly stuff like dolls, makeup, crushing on dudes, I guess, or like reading like a good like book or some dumb cartoon or whatever. By contrast, the boys there, they were like all into like games and wrestling. You know, like the violent stuff, like the type of like just, you know, like kids things. And they were the ones who capitalized on anime first. So, you know, I kind of got along with the bullies, sort of, not really. The teacher will notice that I was just really like good at I just being like a good student, so they would just pass the troublemakers to my table, and they would just kind of bully me, and then they would just I want to say they would bother me to get the answers for the homework and all that jazz, and I kind of was the one covering them for whenever they wanted to play in class. I don't know, it's dumb, but they were the ones who started the bullying, mainly just because I was different and I was into things that I wasn't supposed to like. I don't know how would you like put it into words, but that's when I first started to hit like puberty. I hit puberty really early. So, it got to the point where I started to, you know, just get, like, hairs, just because of, like, the growth hormones and whatever the hell. So whenever they would be, like, you know, just dumb boys, like, talking about dumb things, like, oh, like, I'm so hairy, or whatever, because, you know, that's masculinity to them, and then it will be me. And, you know, like, you know, I'm dumb, like, I'm 9, I'm over here, like, thinking, oh, like, that's normal, right? Like, I have hair, too, so I'm, like, you know, showing them, oh, like, yeah, I have hair on my legs. And apparently that's not a thing. I don't know, like, we've been knew with my family that I was gonna be hairy, but we didn't think it would be, like, to the point where I would start getting bullied for it. And, you know, for the most part, they were like, oh, you're ugly. And I would be like, okay, that's fine. You know, I got used to it. I was just like, okay, I'm ugly. Cool. Whatever. I still help y'all with your homework, and I still cover for y'all whenever y'all want to be dumb and play. Sure. Whatever. But then middle school happened, right? So in middle school, you know, you have gym class, and sure, in elementary you still have like a PE class, but mostly though you were just gonna be playing in your own like uniforms and whatever. And for the most part, like, I would just wear pants just because I felt comfortable with pants, because I didn't have to wear like skirts in the school that I used to go. And by comparison, I didn't like skirts because, you know, skirts are uncomfortable. Boys are dumb, and they will kind of like try to peek under your just skirt and whatever. And that's like, I moved from Guatemala to the United States, but even then, like in Guatemala, I still had, I had a good childhood in that sense. But middle school happened, and then I just would get bullied just because like I was hairy, and the girls would not give me a good time with it because they would just call me names. They would call me hairy, that I was an orangutan just because like I was fat and also hairy. And like most of those girls were like the girly girls, like the preppy ones, you know, like the ones that put a bunch of makeup on, and you know, they're always kind of, you know, doing things that they're not supposed to at that age. So it got to the point where like both girls and guys would bully me just because I was different. And to be fair, the girls, that would just mostly say like, oh, like, why do you look like a boy? You're probably a boy, you're just, you know, transgender or whatever the hell. And you're supposed to be in the boys' gym just because you're so hairy and you're so, like, I guess, tomboyish? I don't know. And, you know, at that age, like, boys are starting to tease their own friends just because, you know, that's when people start growing crushes. So they will use me and a couple of friends just to like dare them to ask them out just because it was hilarious. So you know that happened. So in that sense, that's where I've grown insecurities for a while. And I'm gonna touch more about it, where I'm gonna like make like videos specifically to one of the topics for it in the upcoming video. So I think I'm just gonna call this series like processing and healing, and just kind of like rant about it while I do things. But yeah, I mean, I'll get to it, but for the most part, like, I guess thank you for listening for this intro video, and I hope you enjoyed the chikorita. I'll see you guys some other time.